Hello, good morning students. In this class we discuss about three-phase induction motor. So some basic points about three-phase induction motor are: first is it works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Second point is it is a singly excited machine. It is a singly excited AC machine. It means only supply is given, three-phase supply is given to the stator only. No supply रोटर है, no supply. In this type of motor, this is singly excited machine, means only three-phase supply is given to the stator winding, and rotor has no supply. Next point is its speed is less than synchronous speed. So it is also known as asynchronous machine. These are some basic points about three-phase induction motor. Now next, construction of three-phase induction motor. Next point is construction of induction motor. Construction of induction motor consists of different parts. So basically, a induction motor consists of two parts. One is stator, and second part is rotor. Stator is stationary part, and rotor is movable part. Now, at stator there is a stator core, and in which there are number of slots. So winding is placed in the slots of stator. So winding placed in stator is known as stator winding. Similarly, second part is rotor. Rotor also consists of a core, that is rotor core, and number of slots are skewed in the rotor cores, and winding is also placed in the rotor slots. So winding placed in rotor slots is known as rotor winding, and this core is on shaft. Now the basic components are: firstly, parts of one is stator. It is a stationary part. It is a stationary part of the machine. It has stator core. First is stator frame. stator frame. Second is stator core. Stator core. Third is stator winding. Stator windings. These are the parts of stator. Now second point is rotor. It is the rotational part of the machine. Rotational part of the machine. It consists of rotor shaft, rotor core, rotor winding, etc. And outer part is stator frame and base is. So now we discuss about each part of the machine. First is stator frame. First part is stator frame. This is the outer part of the machine is stator frame. So stator frame of the machine is made up of cast iron. It is made up of cast iron. It holds the stator core. This stator frame holds the stator core, or it provides support to the stator core. Next point is stator core. Stator core is the magnetic provides magnetic circuit for its stator winding. Now stator core is made up of silicon steel, or we can say that made up of thin layer of steel laminated, jar stack. It holds, it provides, it holds stator winding, in stator core slots. It holds stator winding in stator core slots. So this is the stator core, and number of stator slots are skewed in this core. Now the stator winding is placed in the stator cores. So we can say that stator core holds the stator winding or supports the stator winding. Third part is stator winding. Stator winding is made up of copper or aluminum conductor. It is made up of copper or aluminum conductor. Aluminum conductor. It is distributed winding. It is distributed. It is distributed in the stator slots. In the stator slots in star delta configuration. In star or delta connection. In star delta configuration. So stator winding made up of aluminum or copper conductors, and it is a distributed winding in the slots of stator. So and configuration of stator winding may be in star or delta connection. So this is the basic about stator of the three-phase induction motor. Now the next part is rotor. Second part is rotor. Rotor, it is the rotational part of machine. Rotational part of the machine. There are two types of rotor. There are two types of rotor. Used in a three-phase induction motor. Used in a three-phase induction motor. A is squirrel cage. Squirrel cage rotor, and second is slip ring type rotor. Slip ring or wound rotor. Slip ring rotor. So there are two types of rotor in three-phase induction motor. One is squirrel cage rotor, second is wound rotor or slip ring rotor. So first we discuss about squirrel cage rotor. Squirrel cage rotor. In a squirrel cage rotor, the rotor is a hollow cylinder. Rotor is a hollow cylinder. In this construction of squirrel cage rotor is this. This is shaft and rotor bar, rotor slots. rotor slope and ring and ring. Rotor conductors, rotor conductors. So this is the structure of a squirrel cage rotor, in which rotor is a squirrel cylinder, is a hollow cylinder, and in the rotor slots number of conductors are placed, and these number of conductors are short circuited at both ends with the help of end rings, and this all construction of part is mounted on a shaft. So we can write rotor is a hollow cylinder hollow cylindrical structure. Second point is rotor conductors are placed in rotor slots which are short circuited at both ends with the help of end rings. So in this type of rotor conductors are nothing but rotor bars which are placed in the rotor slots, and these rotor conductors are short circuited at both ends with the help of end rings. And this rotor core is wound on rotor shaft. Rotor core is wound on rotor shaft. So this is the basic construction of squirrel cage rotor. Now second type of rotor is slip ring rotor or wound rotor. Slip ring rotor. From the name slip ring, so in this type of rotor we use slip rings, and construction of this type rotor is star winding, and this is shaft. Here we use 3 slip rings. Slip rings are connected with variable resistance. In this way, this is the basic construction of slip ring rotor. This is external resistance, These are slip rings, and this is rotor winding. In this type of rotor winding is connected in star configuration, and its points are connected with end rings or slip rings, and slip rings are connected with external resistance. So main advantage of slip ring rotor is that in this type of machine we can adjust or we can change the speed or torque of the machine. It means in this type of rotor the torque of the machine can be varied with the help of external resistance, or we can control the speed of machine with the help of external resistance. We can change the value of external resistance, which will affect the current in rotor winding, and torque of the machine is related to rotor current. So in this way, speed of motor can be controlled. So thank you for today class. Yes, friends.